Genira Design Studio.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Lala, aka Chelle, aka Chelle, aka Michelle, my belle. And I am here with another cooking tutorial, y'all. I'm gonna make this as quick and as painless as possible. Now, y'all know that ABG came out with that jerk grill pan, so your girl had to come show you how to use it. Because it seems like, based off what I see in the group and some few comments I seen here and there, a lot of y'all are confused. But I promise you, it's a lot easier to use than you think. And guess what I'm going to do? Show you. So if you're interested on how I managed to cook this using the jerk grill pan, stay tuned, stink. Alright, y'all, so since it seems like people are still having an issue reading the recipe, I'm going to try to walk you through it real quick. I don't want this video to be too long, but I want y'all to get it. So today, I'm making the jerk ribs festival tray. More than likely, if you don't see tray behind something, it's not a meal, it's just a prep dish. Okay? I know some of y'all, for example, well, the wings you can do by yourself. Watermelon you could do by yourself. What is it? I think it's pineapple as well. You can do by yourself. So those are fine. But if you don't see the word tray behind it, it's not the complete meal and you just making it to have it in your inventory. So today I'm making a jerk festival tray. Like I said, I'm going to show y'all how I read the recipes. This works for me and hopefully it'll help y'all out. So first you have whatever you're looking for. Notice I just put ribs in the search engine because I wanted to make the ribs. And then in the recipe it says this is how long it takes. So for this cooking time, it says 15 seconds, which is normal because it's the end of it. The tray is what you make after you've made everything else. So that's why it only takes 15 seconds. Don't think that, oh, I'm getting ready to cook for my family and it's only going to take me 15 seconds. This ain't that. So next it says the appliance you're going to need to make this is the prep tray. You'll notice that all meals require the prep tray at the end if it's more than one thing. And then it says it'll give you the ABG Jerk Ribs Festival tray and you'll have 6 servings. Now here's the key part a lot of people get confused about. Notice how under the tray, the ingredients are bold. And if you hover your mouse over it, it's a fingerprint. That means before I can make this, I have to make these. That's where a lot of people get confused. So when you're working these recipes, you essentially need to work them backwards. So I'm going to click into it so it's not as confusing because it's a lot of things on the screen. So now, here's the tray again without all the extra stuff. And it says, hey, if you look at the ingredients, remember, if it's bold, you have to do it first. The bold ingredients are telling you before you can make this, you have to do these. So I'm just going to click in one for the sake of this tutorial. So I'm going to click the jerk ribs, right? So it says, all right, for me to make jerk ribs, it's going to take 16 minutes. It says the appliance is ABG pork ribs, but it's the jerk pan. And then, which you'll see why they put that once we get into the tutorial. And then it says it gives you ABG jerk ribs, 2 servings. That freaks a lot of people out. If it's a recipe in the tray and it says it only takes 2 servings, that's all you need for the recipe. So don't freak out. These 2 servings of ribs are going to give you 6 servings of the meal. So don't fret over the servings. They all make enough servings for one meal. Then it says ingredients. So you see, remember what I told y'all. For the tray, before I can make the tray, I got to make the ribs. Now that I go into the ribs recipe, is telling me before I can cook jerk ribs, I have to season them first and I have to have jerk paste. Now, for those of you who don't want to make the jerk paste, which by the way, yes, it's a recipe. You can make it from scratch. And as you can see, nothing is bold. So once you add all of these things and put it in your blender, the jerk paste is done. But we'll get into that later. So if you don't want to make the jerk paste, don't tell ABG I told you. But there is pre-made jerk paste that you can use in its place on the seasoning aisle at the bottom of the shelf. Don't tell them I told you though, because they want you to make it from scratch. But it's saying, hey, before you can cook these jerk ribs in the jerk pan, aka on the grill, you need to first season your meat. Now, if you know like I know, hopefully this is how y'all do it in RL, it's none of my business. But before you can season your meat, you need to wash it first, right? But even if you don't, ABG gonna remind you. So it says, okay, again, what I tell you about when it's bolded. When it's bolded, it's a prep dish. So I'm gonna click the rack of ribs, seasoning. So it says before I can season my rack of ribs, We're going to go into the ingredients, and it says, okay, you got rack of ribs clean. It's bold, so what does that mean? Say it with me in the comments. It's a prep dish. Before I can season my ribs, I have to clean them first. And another thing you see bolded is the jerk paste. I told y'all you can make it from scratch, or you can get the store-bought one. It does work on the recipe, and y'all will see it in the tutorial. So now I know, all right, I ain't going to be able to cook my ribs till I season them. And I can't season them till I clean them. And I also can't season them until I have my jerk paste, whether it's store-bought or made. So now I'm going to click the rack of ribs clean portion of the ingredients. And now it tells me, well, to prep your ribs, aka clean, because see, it says it gives you a rack of ribs clean. To clean my ribs, I need ribs, which is not bolded, so that means I can just use it as is. And look at that, I have to make a water cup. So we gonna click the water cup. Now all you gotta do is use the water filter to make your water cup. It's really easy, but that's how you should work the recipes. Work them backwards. Keep clicking your bold items until there's nothing bold and work your way up. So it tells me, hey, if I wanna make a cold water cup, it'll take me 10 seconds. I need the ABG filter, and then it's gonna give me 1 serving. And the ingredients, you're just going to make a water cup, right? You have to go to the ABG store. It's the white styrofoam cups. That's another thing y'all keep confusing. The styrofoam cups are what you use to make your water cups for cooking. The white plastic, not white plastic. The clear plastic ones are the ones for the ice machine. You want to get the white styrofoam for cooking water cups. So that's all you need for that. So then I'll hit the back button because I'm like, all right, I went to my water filtration machine, made my water cups. Now I can prep my ribs. So say I combine the ribs, the water cup I just made, a lime, and a cup of vinegar. Cool. That means I can hit the back button because now I got my clean ribs. Because remember, to season them first, you got to clean them. And then I say, hey, either I need to make my jerk paste, which as you can see is just all ingredients you buy. It's nothing you make. So either I need to make my jerk paste or I can use this store-bought one, right? So now that I got my clean ribs and my jerk paste, now all I have to do is add all of these seasonings. And now I have seasoned ribs. I'm going to hit my back button. Then it tells me, there you go, Chelle. Since you already seasoned the ribs, all you need are the seasoned ribs and jerk paste. And voila, that's that portion of the recipe. Now you're going to do the same thing for the fried festival and the fried plantains. Same way we did it. You're going to walk through it real quick. I'll show you with the fried festival. It says to make fried festival, you need festival dumpling and 2 cups of oil. What do you see in the ingredients? Well, to make that, you have to have your festival dough. So it's bold, which means what? It's a prep dish. Before I can fry it, I got to make it. Now, the water cup is going to always be bold, but I think we already know what to do for that. If you know, like I know, go through all the recipes and make all your water cups at once. It'll save you a lot of headache. So now it says, all right, it says I need festival dough to fry it. Then all I need is to make a water cup. The rest is store-bought ingredients. And see how I'm going to work my way back. That's how you do it. That's why a lot of people get confused because y'all be trying to get ahead of yourself. Keep clicking until there's no more bold and work backwards. It says for fried plantain, you need sliced ripe plantains. So I need to get me some ripe plantains from the store, slice it on a chopping board, then hit the back arrow. It says after I got my sliced plantains, all I need is oil and salt, and I can fry it in the small frying pan. And that's another thing. Look at the appliance. If you're someone who's taking your time purchasing ABG appliances, maybe you don't have the money, maybe you just want to slow roll into it, whatever, that's none of our business. We love it here, right? Make sure when you look at that recipe, you got the appliance that go with it. All of this stuff matters. What I used to do before I went and bought like everything in the system, I would look through the recipe in its entirety before I even went grocery shopping, so I could see if I had the appliances or what I needed to purchase as an appliance, and then having all the groceries for the recipe. And again, it's imperative you go through those prep dishes. So you see, that's all I need to fry plantains, and then I will put the jerk ribs that I just cooked in the jerk pan, my fried festival, and my fried plantains. I put all of that together in the prep tray, and then boom, it will make the meal. So that's how you read the ABG recipes. All right, y'all. So y'all know whenever you cook meat, you need to wash it first. Y'all already know what I'm finna say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you invite me to your house to eat meat and you not washing it first, I'ma know something. So let's wash these ribs. So all you need is real simple. your prep dish, water, vinegar. Remember our rule of thumb? If it's a finger, then you click it. If it's an arrow, then it's fine. So if you click this, it'll give you this. So vinegar, a cup of water that we made with our water filtration system, a lime, our ribs, and a prep dish. Boop, that's it. So 4 ingredients in the prep dish: water, your meat, lime, vinegar, and then whatever, and then the prep bowl. So we're gonna look for the ribs. These are pork ribs. For anybody wondering, if you don't eat pork, it's no need to tell us in the comments. We support you. Boop boop. So lamb chop. Okay, now come on, menu, so I can show the people. Pork chop, pork belly. You need pork rib. And then boom, pork ribs. It only takes 2 minutes. And watch, it only asks for them 4 ingredients: your meat, water, lime, and vinegar. Okay? See? Your meat, which is the ribs, a water cup, lime, and vinegar. I've done this so much, I already know what's required when washing meat. Hopefully y'all washing it in other areas. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm just going to click this because I already know what we need. Ain't no point in making this super long-winded for no reason. Okay. Period. And that's fax no what? That's fax no printer. So you see, just having the vinegar bottle out don't do it. You got to click it and get the actual cup of vinegar that I showed y'all. All right. So those are all our ingredients: our meat, water, lime, and vinegar. So we should get the prep button. And what? And did. Period. Let's move on. All right. So I decided I'm going to do 2 things. Since I saw that there were 2 different requirements for jerk paste, I'm going to make the one by hand, and I'm going to try to use the jar one to see if the recipe will take it. Someone asked me about it in the ABG group, so girl, this one is for you. So first, we're going to make it by blender, and I will put the recipe on the screen as I always do. And then we are going to so we'll click the jerk seasoning paste. As you all can see, with the jerk seasoning paste recipe, it looks like we have all 7 ingredients. So let's start in order. So the first thing is, I'm gonna go in order with the recipe on the ABG website. So the first thing is scallions. And you see the blender is taking it because that's what the recipe calls for. Okay, and then the next ingredient is sliced onion, which we have here on the counter. Then the next ingredient is Scotch bonnet peppers. It makes me want to sing that song every time, but I don't really know the words. And then our next ingredient is going to be our garlic. Notice it is fresh garlic, not powdered garlic. And no, you cannot switch out fresh garlic for powdered garlic. If the recipe says fresh garlic, you have to use fresh garlic. If it says powdered garlic, you have to use powdered garlic. Next is going to be ginger root, which we have right there. And then we only have 2 more ingredients, which is thyme and sweet peppers. It doesn't really matter which order we go in. Let's just get this thing going, shall we? And then, again, last ingredient, sweet pepper. And then we should get the blend button. Y'all know if we get that button, that means it's game time. And we did. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next clip. All right, y'all. So we've cleaned our ribs, and now it's time to season them. You're going to need the large prep bowl. Of course, you can find this on the ABG recipe website. Once you have your bowl res, you click it, get recipe. Now, because I cook multiple things at the same time, sometimes I'll have a lot of the same ingredients close to me. So I might have 10 jerk paste out somewhere, right? This bowl is going to pick up on all 10. And if I tell it to put all 10 in there, it will. And it's going to ruin the recipe, just like in real life. So what you have to do is, I have the recipe that I'm currently working on. I'll have it somewhere on the tablet, on my phone, or somewhere where I can read it line by line. And I go in order of the recipe on the website. That way you know you're picking up the right things. And before I even start putting in my stuff, I look at the recipe and then I look at what pops up on that menu. Because if you like me, sometimes you forget to click the different bottles and actually get the item. So if you don't do that, it's not going to go in your recipe and it's going to mess it up. For example, what's one that usually messes? Some of the seasoning sometimes, right? You know, all of the seasoning comes in a bottle. You have to click the bottle to get the cup. Sometimes I'll have the bottle rezzed out and not put out the cup. And if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to skip over it and ruin your recipe. Trust me, I am experienced in using this cooking system and I have done it multiple times anyway. So I normally, like I said, there's a tablet that they have if you want to use it. It's a HUD. I usually just have it somewhere up to the right of me and I go in order of the recipe. So where it says clean ribs, that's going to be the first thing I click. Whatever the next part of the recipe is, that's going to be the next thing I click. Like, for example, this recipe says the first thing you need is a clean rack of ribs. That's what I'm going to click. And then on the next thing for the recipe line, it says now you need the all-purpose seasoning, then the pimento berries, then your jerk paste. That's the order I go in. That way, if I have duplicate stuff rezzed, I don't put it in twice because it will let you and you will be mad. So make sure you do that. It could help you. I don't know. You might say, shut up. I don't need to do that. I only cook one thing at a time, so I only have one thing riz. But if you like me, you a mommy, you other titles, so you be cooking for a lot of things and a lot of people at the same time. So that's how I do it. And look, boom, prep. Period, poo. Period. That means we done. Y'all know when it go from exit menu to that third button, you in there. Like what? Swimwear. All right, y'all. It's the part y'all been waiting for. How do we use the jerk pan, Chelle? I'm finna tell you. So first you open it. Next, you're going to right click and sit on it. Now, you'll get this pop-up menu as soon as you sit on it or whether you click the grill. These are just animations. ABG ready, you ready to cook. Maintain is after the meat is already on the grill. That's when you poking and prodding at it, you know, making sure it's cooking. Those are just animations. If you want to get it to where now you about to cook, you're going to click this wooden panel right here. Once you click that panel, you have to select whatever meat you're cooking. You see you got chicken wings, chicken leg, chicken thigh, chicken breast, pork rib, pork belly, all of that. You're going to click the meat. For me, I'm cooking pork ribs, so I'm going to click number 5. Because listen, this is important. You want to know how you get to cook. This is how you do it. So I'm going to click number 5 because that's my pork ribs. Remember, I clicked that wooden panel in front of my legs. Now, this is how you get the cooking menu, like when you're using the bowls and the pans and all the other appliances. You click the meat. So first, I'm just showing y'all the raw ribs because y'all know I got to show y'all. I got to do it, okay? But to get that menu where you select the recipe, you click the meat. Once you click the meat, you see you got that get recipe button. Bam, just like all the other appliances. Now, because there's only one recipe under pork ribs in the grill, then there's only one option. And that's going to be the jerk ribs, right? Of course, that's just for now. So you're just going to select option 1, the only option, just like you would in the appliances when you're picking the recipe. No difference. And then it's going to pull up the ingredients. Remember to have your recipe around you so you can make sure you have the right stuff and it's recognizing it. So it says, hey, what I picked up is jerk paste and the seasoned rack of ribs, right? I'm going to go look at my recipe on the website and it says, yep, those are the only 2 ingredients I need. With that being said, this is the store-bought jerk paste because I wanted to try it out and see if it will work with the recipe. Yes, I have handmade jerk paste and an extra set of seasoned ribs on the side, just in case it doesn't work. But if you're seeing it in the video, that means it worked. So for those of you who was like, hey, I don't feel like putting all that stuff in a blender and making jerk paste, you can go to the ABG store and buy the pre-made jerk paste. They have it on the seasoning shelf at the bottom, over there, like where there's oil and soy sauce and all that other stuff. So just go to the seasoning aisle, go to the bottom shelf, and you will see this jar. If you don't want to make the paste or you want to save time, y'all know we don't judge over here. We're mommies, we're wives, we're sisters, we're uncles, we're daddies, we're everything. So sometimes nobody got time to stand in front of that blender and make no paste, okay? Go buy it for the stove. They're going to eat it anyway. Now, this fork and spatula that y'all see on the side, you can click it and it'll give you a utensil. But back to the cooking. So I click the ribs. I click the get recipe. Again, because it's only one recipe under pork ribs in the grill for the moment. You're going to click option 1. Verify your ingredients. Ribs, jerk paste. Boom. That's all you need. And so one by one, I'm going to click my 2 ingredients and add it. As y'all can see, these are the same options that are in all the other appliances. Y'all be stressing yourselves out and it's not that bad. I like it. And what y'all see? What you see? I know you see that third button. I know you see it. I know you see it. What that say? It say jerk. Period, poo. Period. I told y'all you can do it. And y'all check out the ribs. Check them out. So it takes 16 minutes for it to cook. And there are 2 stages that it has to go through. Y'all see the coals heat up and the fire going. And look at them ribs, honey. Look at them ribs. Look at the ribs. All you got to do now is let it cook. And that's how you cook on the jerk pan. Y'all been stressed out for nothing. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, y'all. So if you're curious, this is how you use the utensils on the grill. You click it. I know y'all see that little finger. You click it, and then it gives you a pop-up menu. Do you want the fork or the spatula? You click what you want. I'm going to click fork because I'm cooking meat. Now, SL was tripping. Y'all seen it give me the fork, but it wasn't attaching. It's not the grill. I believe it's SL. I wasn't the only person having issues today, or that day. But you click it and it would give you the fork. And this is where those animations I was talking about in the beginning of the video come to play. The menu pops up as soon as you sit down, or you can click the grill. Now, remember I told you got ABG ready and maintain? This is the maintain, where you would normally attach the fork or the spatula. It would be on your hand, which is why you see my hand form the way it is. And you be tending to your meat. You be poking it. You be turning it over and doing everything that you would normally do on the grill. So just like you have the animation mat that you use in the house, in the kitchen, the grill comes with its own animations. And that's what that means. ABG ready means I'm ready to cook. So you're just going to be standing there like the stand in the mat. And then you have maintain, where you maintain your meat. That's it. All right, y'all. When we come back, I will show y'all what the food looks like. All right, y'all. So if you don't remember, I'm going to remind you, I was making the jerk ribs festival tray. So as you can see, I have my fried festival and my fried plantains. This is what it looks like before you put it in the prep tray, because y'all know that's the final step. So that's the ribs on aluminum foil. Shout out to them. Hey, you got the fried festival in the bowl and the fried plantains on the plate. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like once you finish with the prep tray. All right, y'all. So this is what the pan looks like after you pull it out of the prep tray. It looks just like a barbecue pan. I loved it. I would have gotten footage for y'all, right? But I took this to my family dinner. We had so much fun. And I didn't get footage because I was too busy being outside with my family. Period. It was a really, really good time, y'all. I had a really good time. Sorry. Anyway, so I had a really good time, and I didn't get video footage for y'all, but this is the tray that comes out. You click it, and it gives you a plate. Let me know down below if y'all want me to split the videos up, like where I just have one video that strictly shows you how to use the jerk pan, and then a separate one that strictly shows you how to read recipes. Thank y'all for y'all time. Thank you for your support. I love you to life. Amen. Peace, y'all.